Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
What up, everybody? This is Jason Lee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
What's up? It's your girl, April Jones.
Yo, it's DJ Damage. Let's get this show started.
And we have another supermodel in the building.
Yes.
Cynthia Bailey.
Yes, another
Hello.
supermodel.
Well, we've had,
I'm like, who's the first one?
Well, clearly he was talking about
okay.
me.
Let me know.
well, actually, I was talking about me.
Oh, gosh,
Okay,
Jason.
so I have been begging Cynthia to come up here because you know I love you to death.
Yes,
And
I
so
love you too.
you've been terrified to come over. Why? What scares you about this show?
No, because I was like people are afraid of you. They're like, oh my God, he's so shady. He's gonna be messy. You can't do it. You can't do it. And I was like, you know what?
Jason?
Jason.
Not Jason.
I know, but here's the crazy
I like
thing.
his messiness.
No, like realty. I've only had great times with you. Like
Yeah.
you always give me love. Like you take care of me. So I was like, you know what? It's a new year, 2019. I'm over here.
We've always had a good time. And one of the times that I think is the most fun time I've had is we had brunch on your 50th
At
birthday.
the Four Seasons. That's right.
And she's 51, which makes
Yes.
Amazing.
No way.
Look great.
no sense.
Great.
And, you know, because I'm 41, so now I'm getting ready to be 42, and you give me a lot of hope. People be like, yo, your skin is good, and your skin is flawless.
Inspiration.
What tips do you have for young? Because there's some 20-year-olds looking like 60-year-olds right now. That's true. What are like some of the tips, or what are some of your secrets for staying so beautiful?
Well, let me just say the veterans, the women of a certain age are definitely winning.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sisters, Halle Berry. I can go on and on. I mean, they look amazing. Like I look at them for inspiration as well. So tips, secrets. I would just say, I do try to get facials on a regular basis in terms of skincare. Like for me, I try to do it like once a month, but I really would do it twice a month if I had time. Okay. I definitely am a fan of exfoliation, like a daily one. Like you ain't got to go get the most expensive one.
So you do it every day?
Yeah, a daily exfoliate, like just to keep your skin looking, glowing fresh. And, for me being, in the spotlight a lot, when I don't have to wear makeup, I don't.
Right.
Like my real life,
Let it breathe.
makeup free. Let it breathe. You got to let that thing breathe.
Do you, because you're on TV and on a successful show, and you've been around on the magazines and just modeling and all that, is there pressure to always be on though? Like, do you feel like if I go to out the house to the store, I have to put on makeup?
Well, you know what? At this point, in my life, I'm pretty comfortable in my own skin. But I will say, because of social media, it's changed everything. So, and cell phones. You can get caught out that video. You just mind your business. All you want to do is just go to Ralph's and get some grapes or whatever. And, you're in a struggle. But, you ain't trying to bother nobody. You're just trying to get your grapes and be great, right? But somebody got to pull out their little happy-ass phone and videotape you and put you out there.
Would you tell?
So I am more conscious than I would be if I wasn't, on a show.
See, I just told a story of where New Year's, a fan was happy to see me and wanted a picture, and I hadn't been feeling well, and I didn't look right, and I was waiting for an Uber, and I said no. Because I felt her spirit was negative. The way she was,
Like, how did she ask? She was like, can I get a picture? How was it negative?
She was like, you the one that you be on TV? I'm like, yeah. You always show up and blow shit up and always got some shit to say. And then it was just, my spirit was really heavy from that.
Right.
So I told her no. And she was offended. Have you ever told a fan no?
Well, I was going to say that. I'm nice. I am nice. And I like being nice. Like, I really am. I don't pretend to be nice on TV. Like, I am really a nice person. So... And I understand, this whole celebrity thing. Your fans are the reason why you're celebrities, because they support you and they love you. So it all works together. So I always try, without question, to take a picture if I can. Now be clear. Now, Tyler Perry told me this a long time ago. The rule is, and I do follow this rule, if I am eating dinner in a restaurant,
Right.
and I need y'all to get this part, I am not going to get up from my meal to take a picture. That's just not going to happen. So what I will say is, listen, I would love to take a picture with you. If you are still here when I finish my meal, I'm more than happy to take a picture, but I'm not getting up from food. I was doing all of that. I was missing flights and everything.
Really?
In the airport, like, oh my God, okay. And they're like, oh, can you speak to my aunt? She loves you. You're her favorite. I'm on the phone and everything. Flight leaving. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, this makes no sense. So I do have deal breakers. The other one is my daughter, Noelle. If I'm with Noelle, I don't get to, she just went away to, she's been there for a minute now. She's at Howard University.
Hey.
I'll say, come on now. But that said, I don't have a lot of time with her, so my time with her is important to me. So if you see me having a moment with my daughter, that's kind of our time. And she gets really, she's like, Mom, like at this point, she's like, I don't want to go if you're going to be taking pictures with everybody. And, you know, it's not going to be the same if you go. It's going to be too much. And I'm like, look, no, I'm going to go and no one's going to bother me. If they do, I'll just tell them I can't take a photo.
See, mine is
so that's a no when I'm with me.
Mine off limits is when I'm eating or with sitting down with people eating or just eating. And
it's rude.
And at the doctor's office. If you ever catch me at the doctor's
Not the doctor's office.
because I feel like, you know, I just don't want to be, I'm not there a lot, but when I am at the doctor's office, I just don't want you to feel me.
Well, I got to put that on my list. No one's actually came for me at the doctor's office.
Because then they could say she's pregnant.
Well, that's true too.
Or you know, Jason's getting his daily HIV test. Or
oh
whatever.
my God, that is a lot.
Right.
How do you feel about dating younger guys?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. As a matter of fact,
She's
got
well,
a
I'm
man.
actually
He's not here.
in a relationship now, and I have a whole nother funny story. Okay, younger guys. Okay, as we said, we all know I'm 51. Okay, I totally, you know, I'm 50, I'm 51. I think I celebrated my age more than anybody getting older. I made getting older hot. Like we did 50, so I love it. Younger guys. When I first started dating, you know, I was like, okay, yay, I'm dating, I'm ready, and then it was like tumbleweeds.
Was it really?
What is going on?
It really?
Apparently, I don't look like I'm looking for a man. Like I don't look like I need a date.
But there were a couple guys. You dated a couple guys publicly that didn't work out.
I dated one guy publicly, and that was Will. Who I was on the show with.
Right.
And I dated a few not publicly that will stay not public because
Were they younger?
they were definitely younger.
What's
I will
the
say, well, I went on
Like
a dating
how much
app.
younger?
I went on a dating app.
I wasn't.
All right, 35.
Wait,
35 is as low as I go.
Can I say
And
something?
that's low.
That's not bad at all.
Before you go there, no, because she just said something. I wasn't gonna say that because see, me and my friends, we do be talking privately. You were on RHOA, and I wanted to get on.
Yes.
I wanted to get on RHOA,
Yes.
and that's the app where all the celebrities be
I'm
at.
on Riot
Right.
too. I love that app.
Well,
You do?
Yes.
Well, I just got an
Yes.
invitation, and I'm gonna get on there, but I wasn't gonna put that out there. But you did a dating app.
Yeah,
so.
no, I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
Look, like I said, I'm older, so I don't really do anything but go to work and go home and hang out with my friends. So if you guys don't hook me up with someone, like I just don't meet people. I
Yeah.
don't meet guys in the airport. I don't meet people. I just really don't. So I had to really go on, an app or something.
What about radio shows? Have you ever met people on radio shows?
She has a man who has
Like
a radio
podcasts.
show.
He's not here.
He actually tapes
No, but
in his
listen,
building.
stop it, cut it out. This is crazy. I met Mike. My boyfriend.
Her man.
Where
Mike-
you at, Mike?
Mike is on the
here.
road. He's on the road working right now. But I actually met Mike through Steve Harvey, and our second time hanging out, we weren't dating at that point, was here. He has a podcast with Claudia Jordan, and Claudia got me to do it, and it was called Unstable. And you're in Mike's chair.
Wait, did you guys meet at the podcast?
This is the second time I hung out with Mike was here at
That's
this very
Hilarious.
studio.
Jason,
And
you knew?
You're in Mike's
No,
chair.
I didn't know that.
You're in my chair. I was sitting in that chair.
I'm glad I'm in your chair.
But this is crazy. So it's like a reunion here.
Wait,
for
so
me.
when you became single publicly after Peter, there wasn't a lot of men sliding in your DMs like, yo, we have to go on a date. There has to be.
Yes.
No, it really wasn't.
You got to follow me back, and then you'll see the DM.
But do you think it's
I mean, I had people sliding my DMs,
can
but
still see the
it was
DMs.
just a lot going
When
on.
she followed back, it goes right,
Yeah, it goes right to
to the uncreepy part of
would
the
you
DM.
describe yourself as being conservative?
I don't know if I'm conservative. I'm definitely.
But you're not like, I'm single, I'm gonna go and just run these streets. You ain't that girl.
No, well, you know what? Like, I kind of turned a corner at 50. Like, I had this whole new open attitude. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm doing me. I'm having fun. Like, I don't have to apologize for anything. I don't need any validation for anything that I do at this point. I'm doing me. So I was definitely, let's just say, when I did start dating, I definitely had a great time. So,
Hey, I missed it.
As you should.
So the guy
I missed it.
So the guy that was on the show that everybody was suspicious about, he didn't work out because what?
Will didn't work out, to be honest, because we just weren't that compatible, to be very honest. And I really want to say this. Will Jones is a great guy. Like, I really enjoyed spending time with him. I really did. It just didn't work out, and it had really nothing to do with the show. But it kind of, like, I'm not saying that it did, but it kind of did, but it didn't. We met on the show. which is crazy. He came to my 50th. Were you in Atlanta for my 50th?
No,
my 50 Shades of Cynthia?
No, you invited me.
Oh,
But
that sounds
Okay.
cute.
Oh, that was so fun. That's when I made all the girls come as me.
they came as
Shade. That's the real shade.
they
I'm like,
came as different versions.
they
of
came
you.
as different versions of me,
Yeah.
which is just so
think
amazing
Candy
and
was my-
crazy
Candy-
and
That's
shady
dope.
within itself, right? Like only I could pull that off.
But
Like
Candy
because
was my favorite with the.
oh,
Coke
Candy
can.
won.
Yeah.
Of course she won. Candy
Yeah.
always wins.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, I met Will there that night, and so it just kind of at that point we were filming already, and then the next day we went on a date. So we were just already kind of in a filming situation by the time we got to start knowing each other, and he's a great guy. It just didn't work out between us.
So you've been in the public life for a long time, even before Housewives. How do you know when a guy is genuinely dating you for you?
Well, in the beginning, you don't really know because, I do have people sliding in the DMs and all that stuff. Everybody's not really coming for the right reasons, of course. But there are some great guys out there. I will say with Mike, who is my baby, I will say with him, first of all, he just was consistent. He just felt genuine. I remember when I had remember my whole tumor thing in my back, and I posted. I was like, oh, health scare,
That was a
whatever.
big
And then
ass
everybody
tumor.
started blowing me up, like, what's going on? Are you okay? Whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. So then I kind of had to tell what was going on, and then it just ended up the tumor became famous and whatever. But anyway, during that time, Mike and I were, just kind of like friends. We had met, we would go on dates and stuff, but it wasn't anything serious. And he was like, as soon as he found out, he was like blowing me up. He was like, hey, just want you to know if you need anything, I'm here. Are you okay? I'm really worried. Like he was like concerned like a boyfriend at that point. And I was just like, wow. He was sending flowers. I was like, wait a minute, this guy really likes me.
stand-up guy.
I was like, you know what? I'll get rid of him. I'm going to send him a picture of the tumor. So I sent him a picture. I was like, hey, you want to see it? He was like, yeah. And he was like, oh my God, that was in your back. He was like, are you sure? Okay. So anyway, he just seemed great. And I'm super comfortable around him. Like, honestly, if I was a guy, I'd be Mike. Like, we have so much in common.
So for those that don't know about the tumor story, can you just tell really quickly how you found out you even had a tumor? Because that scared me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so busy people, you guys can relate.
Yeah.
Getting older, really, really trying to make my health a bigger focus in my life because it's like, oh, you look 30, you look whatever, but I'm 51, so I really actually need to make sure I'm healthy, and I go and get my blood pressure checked. So, I actually get mail, like senior citizen type mail and stuff now. Like apparently I can eat at the Golden Corral with a discount and all that stuff. I haven't read all my paperwork, but I got perks out here. But after I turned 50, I was like, oh shit, I guess I really am older. It's real. Legally, I'm an older lady now. So with that said, I was home one day at Lake Bailey. I just came off the road, and I don't know, I just never noticed that much, but for some reason I was naked. Well, that's a whole nother part. But anyway, I was naked, and I was looking at the back of my back, and I don't know why. I was like, what is that? And I was like, okay, maybe it was back fat. When I looked on the other side, I didn't see it on that side. I was like, okay, that's weird. And then I was like, okay, whatever. Got dressed, went about my business. But for whatever reason, and I have a little psychic thing. I have this thing where sometimes I do things and I don't know why I do it at that time, and then it turns out to be a whole thing. I mean, I'm not going to read everyone's palm or anything today, but I'm just saying, I have a small gift. I'm not going to read your palm today. Maybe tomorrow. But anyway, long and short, I was like, okay, woke up the next day, and I was like, what is this? And I never react really quickly when it comes to being sick or thinking something's wrong. But I was like, you know what? I got in my car. I Googled an urgent care, and I just went to the first place I found. I was like, hey, can I see a doctor? I just want them to check something on my back. Checked, and it was like, oh, that's a lymphoma tumor. What I was like, when you hear tumor, you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Right,
so I was like, oh Lord, started Googling. So the most horrendous cases of this thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh Lord,
WebMD, man.
gotta stop it.
Scare
Anyway,
your ass.
Did you call anybody and tell anybody, or did you keep?
oh,
it
I
to yourself?
called everyone. I called Nene. I called my mom. I called Noelle. I was like, oh my God, I have this tumor. And they were like, you have a tumor in your back? I was like, it was just a lot. So anyway, I reacted right away. He sent me to one place, and then I went to a real doctor and was like, oh, we can take it out. And then that was fine. I set up an appointment, and I got it removed. But that ended up being a whole nother thing because it was a lot deeper in my back then. I only saw a little lump on the outside.
Right.
But once they got in there, it was like, oh, it's like one of those oh, you'll be done in 45 minutes. It's a day surgery. You can drive home, whatever. Get there, and they cut me open, and they're like, and I'm awake, So they like give me like numbing stuff in my back. So I'm like checking my messages on Instagram, whatever. So anyway, they're like, okay,
Just get my tumor removed.
cut me, like just take it out.
Tumor
They
flex.
cut me open, and then they're like, they start whispering. Then they call in another doctor. You're like,
Okay,
hello?
something's wrong.
What's going on?
Right.
I'm awake. I hear you guys. What is wrong? And they're like, well, it's a little deeper than we thought, and it's like intertwined. It's growing underneath your muscle, and then I was like, of course it is. Of course I couldn't have the easy one that they're like, oh, you just kind of open it and pop it out like a zit. Of course I didn't have that one. I had the one that had to be like a alien inside my back growing underneath stuff. So anyway, long story short, it's out, it's over, it's done. And it was just kind of a health scare for me because it could have been cancerous, but thank God it wasn't. I have a scar on my back. And then I was like, of course, the vein side of me was like, should I get cosmetic surgery and remove the scar? And I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like it reminds me to just be grateful that
Right.
like, hey,
It's like a battle scar you
it
survived.
is.
Yeah.
It is. So if you guys see a big scar on my back, that's what it is. So don't,
And yeah.
come for me.
So do you
It's
ever
my-
do you
it's
ever
mine.
think of like fillers, Botox, cosmetic surgery? Like, are you a fan of that stuff, or would you ever? Or
Oh, I think about it like about every 3 months. Yes, I do. Because that's when I go get it done.
I was gonna say, have you gotten it done?
As a matter of fact, I was just in New York and I just got some fillers and Botox. But here's the thing, like I said,
How
once
long
again,
have you been doing it though?
I've been doing it. I started doing fillers and Botox probably like when I turned like 49. Like honestly, I didn't really need it
So it's-
before then.
Do you
Very
really like
recent.
it?
Yeah.
You
Do I
really
like
like
it?
it? Yeah.
Oh, I do, because what happens as you get older,
Yeah.
you start losing face fat. So, and I already have these fabulous cheekbones and all that stuff, but I still, I was losing like face
You want it to stay
fat.
full.
Yeah, and you look younger with like a fatter face.
Okay.
So anyway, long and short, I was losing like face fat. So I was like, okay, what can I do? And again, we're on TV, so of course everybody rips us to shreds if we start looking a mess. So you got to like keep it together. So I started doing it, but I will say I recommend it to anyone that needs it. But I will say I'm very you asked me if I was conservative. Okay, I'm very conservative with my Botox and fillers. I don't do a lot. I go to good doctors. I ain't gonna meet nobody in the parking lot to get fillers and
because
Botox.
it looks natural. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, thank you, because I don't get a lot.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
get a lot, and I just go and get little tweaks, and like sometimes like one side may be okay, and the other side may need a little more. So you just do it accordingly, and I do baby steps with it. Like
Yeah.
honestly,
It's time for another Hollywood hookup. Ladies, my life, I know, is crazy. I have a lot of events that I have to go to, and sometimes it's hard to put together clothes.
Yeah.
So with Stitch Fix, it's a online personal styling service that finds clothes and delivers that right to your front door.
Bring that
to
swag.
fit your body, your budget, and that's important, and lifestyle.
Okay.
Okay. They have a design questionnaire where you can go online to handpick items through a personal stylist, and it's delivered right to your door. Who don't want that?
That's assistance right there.
That's just incredible. Okay. Then you try them on, and you only pay for what you love, and you can return the rest.
Okay.
Okay. So shipping and exchanges and returns are always free, and we love free 99.
We sure do.
Stitch Fix's styling fee is, guess what, guys? Only $20, and that is applied towards anything you keep from your shipment.
Boom.
So get started now at stitchfix.com/unlocked, and you'll get an extra 25% off when you keep all items in your box.
Boom.
That's stitchfix.com/unlocked to get started today. stitchfix.com/unlocked.
So back to love. Have the fans let go of you and Peter? Because I know when you're in such a public relationship, and even like with your show showing over and over and over again the past seasons, fans want to hold on to who they want to hold on to. Have they gotten over that relationship?
I hope so. We both have moved on. I've moved on. He's moved on. We're not going to get back together. It's not going to happen. We had a great run, a great journey. A lot of great things came out of my marriage. I have no regrets.
And you're both happy.
And we're both happy.
Right.
So,
That's good.
yeah.
So do you regret anything about reality television? Because you are so, and for people that don't know you, you really are this person on TV. You're just the same person. Nice. I think nice.
I am nice. Yes,
Honest.
absolutely.
I mean, you don't like
I try to be
you don't
honest,
like
yeah.
conflict.
I don't run toward conflict. No, I don't.
But there was a season where you didn't run from, but you was like, let's go. Which season was that?
Well, okay, first of all, that was what I was going through.
You were going
I wasn't
through.
going through my divorce yet, but I was unhappy.
Yeah.
Very unhappy. And a little depressed. Like, I don't want to say I was going, I wasn't on medication, but obviously I wasn't happy, and I knew I was depressed because I didn't, my spirit
yourself.
was broken. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So with that said, I still had to show up to work because I still needed my job, whether or not I was going to stay in my marriage or not. So I had to show up, put my little wig on, my lashes on, you still show up. But this is why you need to not push people, because you don't know what folks are going through behind closed doors. So with that said, I had just, I wasn't in a good place. I was in a dark place. So anything and everything could be a trigger sometimes. And I may have overreacted or whatever you want to call it in a couple of situations during that dark time.
So I was trying to understand like how Real Housewives of Atlanta shoots versus how Love and Hip Hop shoots. When we were to go on Love and Hip Hop, when you get there, if there's extra security, then the amount of people at the table, there's surprises and some shit's gonna go down. So I said,
it's gonna be a fight.
So I said, Nene, like Cynthia, she clearly doesn't like confrontation. She goes, and she's always the person introduces something. So Cynthia will go, and so everybody knows some shit's about to come.
Oh my God. Well, here's the thing. Like with our show, like we, it's not scripted. But we obviously, have to like talk about different things in the show. Like when we get together. Yeah. Obviously we didn't. We would just get together and talk about our like wigs and whatever. And you guys don't want to watch that for 23 episodes.
Right.
Anyway, so we have to have like, when you see Candy, she just had dinner with Nene. Ask her how it went. They won't say, here are your lines for the day, whatever. So I got to be like, hey girl, what's going on? So I heard you had dinner with Nene, whatever. So anyway, and then sometimes they'll say, well, make sure you tell the girls what happened when Peter and Apollo hung out the other night. So I already know what that is. So I'm like, okay. So for me, I really suck at delivering bad news or dropping a bomb. I'm the worst bomb dropper ever. Like my friends, my castmates, even the ones that I wasn't even getting along with at the time, which I usually get along with everyone. Like literally, I remember this one time I had to tell Phaedra something and I was like, sweating, sitting there, and I was like praying. I was like, maybe someone else will like get into it, and then they will take the focus off me. I think that's
the one Nene told me about.
I was like praying. I was like, please, is someone else. The whole time I couldn't even eat. My stomach was like,
she said they
flipping.
were like, bitch.
Like my phone was blowing up. Every time I would look, it'd be like, okay, anytime you want to deliver news, I'd be like, oh God, ordering stuff, drinking stuff, and then like finally everyone's like. Bitch, you gonna say it or not? We know you got something to say it. And I'm like, okay, well, Phaedra, this is for you. This is horrible. This brick is headed towards your head, so get ready. I'm about to tell you something you're not gonna like, and you're gonna be really mad at me, and we're probably gonna have that reunion. So here we go. So I show Peter A, B, and C it out. And then it's like, she's like, goes crazy. Everybody's like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, literally, like, we don't even want you to ever have to tell anything else.
So, but I will tell you how. So I DVR 3 shows. I DVR The View because I love hearing debate. I like formats where people.
Yes, I like that too.
I DVR Wendy Williams because she's a mess and I love her.
She's been nice to me lately. I think she likes Mike and I.
For
now, unless recently she said something.
She having her own relationship problems. She can't be a critic right now. Got the role.
That part is true.
Well, shout out to Wendy. Get well.
Yeah,
no, and then I DVR your show because I feel like Housewives it's just casted so well. It's so entertaining.
What is it about our show that you guys love? Because our fan base is incredible. Like wherever we go in the world, it's been such a blessing to be on this platform because. Like for us, it's like we go to work, but then we realize like Mike and I just got back from Ghana, and we're like in Africa, and we're like rolling around with all these other people that came on the trip, these other celebrities and stuff, and
beautiful
like people, like literally,
culture.
like we're like out in like no man's land, and this little African girl was like, "What's up, 50 Cent?" I was like, "Oh my God, they know about 50 Cent, my whole birthday thing here." Like I couldn't believe, and they were like, "Yes, chill." Like our little hashtag with my bae. We're really annoying.
Well, I think because you see, you see beautiful Black excellence. You see, I mean, in Atlanta, everybody's homes are beautiful. You see, just beautiful women interacting with each other in a way that I don't know we see, especially in Hollywood. I mean, I don't really see Black women congregating like that
at
here.
all.
So it's different. And on top of that, everybody's has their own thing going on. You see successful women like you have.
Right.
You have your glass. Did I say glassware? Is that?
Well, let me run down the list, honey.
Okay.
I have my
This not your
The Bailey
expensive-
Agency.
This your expensive rich ass water.
This is my water from the
What
hotel.
bottle is that?
I first started, and I'm so glad you said that, because the whole entrepreneur part of the women that I work with is what is so inspiring for me to, like, keep going and keep, not being afraid to keep putting myself out there and doing other things, because they're like, oh, I got a chair line, I got a microphone line. Like you're like, well, I got to keep going. This is crazy. So anyway, my first business was I opened up my school, the Bailey Agency School of Fashion. It's been open for about 4 years now. After that, I followed with my Cynthia Bailey Eyewear. Oh my God, it's Mike Hill. Can I take this?
Yeah, it's our man.
Hi, honey. Oh my God, I'm here. Jason's sitting in your chair. That's where you were sitting the second time we hung out.
What's up?
This is crazy. Oh, hi, everyone.
What's up, man? What's up, dog?
Oh, he's at work too. Okay. See, we working, honey. He's at work and I'm at work. Yes, babe. We're in the middle of the show right now. So. Oh, that's okay. I'll call you back after. All right. All right. Thank you. I love you. All right.
God,
Bye.
Isn't love great?
So
Love don't live here.
okay.
So cute. He
All
said
right,
you look
so
good.
what was I
The
saying?
Bailey Agency.
Oh, the Bailey Agency, Cynthia Bailey Eyewear, cargo by Cynthia
Wait, don't
Bailey.
go too fast.
Okay.
So the Cynthia
All right.
Bailey
That's a
Eyewear.
lot, Chad.
Talk about the Cynthia Bailey Eyewear.
I ain't trying to take up all y'all time.
No, but talk about the Cynthia Bailey Eyewear.
Okay, Cynthia Bailey Eyewear. I decided to do what I noticed early on from being on the show. Even like the great thing about reality TV, like you're famous like right away. Like first season.
Right
Right.
away.
Like soon as I got on there, I like rolled in the McDonald's drive-through and they were like, "Oh my God, Cynthia!" I was like, "Okay, it's been 2 episodes. I just got on the show. I cannot be. It can't work like this. Like I cannot not be able to roll through the McDonald's drive-through anymore." So anyway, so so what I decided was, I want to use it for, use it. I mean, the platform's amazing. We're like #1 show on Bravo. So I was like, I got to use this. I got to be smart. I really want to transition from, my whole modeling thing, because my only other job was actually modeling, to, being a housewife and, just starting my own business. And I will have to give Peter Thomas credit for that. I will say, I ain't saying it wouldn't have happened without him. I'm just saying he was very instrumental in pushing me.
He seems like a hustler.
Yeah, that's dope.
Oh, yeah. Hustle is strong. He's like, oh, you got to do this, that, whatever. And he just really like cheerleaded me on that. So I will always be grateful to him for that. So anyway, what's the question again?
So the
Eyeglass.
eyewear. So
Are you wearing your glasses right now?
Of course.
Can I get a pair, please?
These my Cynthia Bailey eyewear. These are my favorites. These are my aviators. They look good on all of you.
Those
They're
are dope.
unisex, by
I
the
actually
way.
had
They
a
come
pair.
in-
I actually had a pair.
You do.
Somebody
you
stole
did.
mine, but I had a pair.
See, they're always stealing my stuff, honey. It's very hot in these streets, honey. If you have a Cynthia Bailey product, you better hold on to it, honey, because somebody may try to take it, child. This is one of my favorite little fanny packs I always wear. This is my CB by War fanny pack. And yes, fanny packs is not just for old folks anymore, honey. Please know that the designers and everybody's doing them
everybody
now.
wearing
So
them. Yes, they
please
are.
just know mine is a little more
The fanny pack is back.
affordable.
They
honey.
are back.
pack.
Yes, they are. You can wear it all kind of cool ways. And and then my button just fell off my sweater. We're gonna pick that up and keep moving. What else?
Candles.
Candles. Cynthia Bailey candles. CB Vior. Oh, hello, my newest venture. This is coming out. This is launching in about a couple of weeks. I'm gonna have a big
Okay.
party here. You guys are going to be there. I will
Yes,
probably come
ma'am.
back here and talk about it some more. This
So
is
actually,
my
you all did a taping.
my signature
You did a taping.
flavor from Seagram's Peach Bellini.
So we're filming Wildin' Out. We're filming Wildin' Out in Atlanta. So she sends me a flyer, a secret, and I'm thinking, okay, what's gonna be? I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe at her house or something. It was a full out production. I had no haircut. It was a mess.
That's dope.
But I met a cute ass bartender at that party.
Oh no, my events are lit.
Yeah.
Like I do not play around when it comes to my brand.
Well, that's where I saw Ronnie DeVoe and his wife and the new cast members. So
Yes,
what do you,
everyone was there.
what do
Everyone was
you, what do you
there.
think about the new cast? I mean, you enjoy the new people that are
Well,
there?
first let me say this. I always think that it's good to have some new blood, to try new people out. It's up to them, whether or not it's going to be a good fit. It's up to the fans. It's up to the network. But I always welcome everybody, the old and the new. I'm like, as long as they ain't come from my damn peach. Right. As long as I got a job. Yeah. Everybody can come over here.
But it seemed like Eva was trying you a little bit this season.
It was throwing a little shade. I don't think it was like anything like cutting to the white meat or nothing. It was little paper cuts, but it was definitely shade. But I dealt with that. I've already, I've already said what I need to say about that. I will talk about it a little bit more at the reunion. The deal is this. I actually like Eva. I think she's beautiful. I think she's great. In terms of our modeling careers, I never speak on hers. I give people credit where credit is due. I think she's done what she's done, and I think that's super awesome. However, I have obviously done what I have done.
Yes.
And I'm here for a little fun, Shay, but I do not need to validate my career.
Why are you so
to
nice?
Eva.
This is the problem.
Ever.
Okay, the only problem I have with you is you're too nice.
I'm not too nice.
No.
So Floyd,
I'm just being honest.
Floyd,
Yeah, I feel
Floyd,
like you are.
Floyd said the bad guy always wins, and I feel like you're always good. Like you're always nice. Sometimes you want to say, "Bitch, check my records or check my background." Or no.
No, I mean, I've done interviews where, it kept coming up because honestly, I watched and I was like, okay, that was a little shady, whatever. And I just like have fun with it. And I'm like Candy. Like, how can I monetize this shade? Like, I ain't got time to be sitting like, oh my God, she said I've been in the business for years. Well, I have. I've been in the business longer than she has. Well, yeah, I'm older than she is. Hello. Nobody ever said I wasn't older than you were. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, I've been on this show 9 years. I've seen this thing get dark and ugly and crazy and just go places that, really is like, where you really have to defend yourself and it just becomes just spiritually horrible to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, it was a little shade. I'm like, girl, go. I'm over here, honey. Cynthia Bailey, these cheap bows. You live.
But this is where I say I keep trying to understand. I keep asking. Nobody will answer the question. I know you're not going to. Here, matter of fact, I have this bell that stays in my kitchen. It says "ring for a blowjob." We're not going to use it for those purposes.
No, I don't need it for that.
But you can ring it if I ask you something you don't want to answer. I'm going to give you that. Okay.
It ain't for a blowjob. Let's be clear. I'm going to turn it around from up. This is a blowjob on both sides.
Just turn it on the side.
Turn it in the middle. Should Marlo have a peach?
Should Marlo have a peach? I think Marlo definitely brings a lot to the show. She's been around for a long time. Do I make that decision? No, that's not up to me to make it. Again, she brings what she brings to the show, and I like Marlo on the show. She definitely brings the fashions.
Should Phaedra come back?
I'll put it like this. Let me say this again. If Marlo has a peach, I think that's great, as long as it's not mine. Now, what's the next question?
I don't think they could ever give up your peach.
She can have an orchard, honey. if as long as it's not
apricot.
Mine. Okay.
Well, what about Phaedra? Now people are saying Phaedra might come back. She has a new man, this DJ out of Atlanta. He looks great.
Oh yeah, I saw that. They're actually very cute together.
They're a really cute couple.
Oh look, I'm all for love.
And
I'm over in love. Yeah. If she's found her man and they're happy, then I say congratulations. I think it's everything.
I would love to see Phaedra come back because I feel like that group that you guys had, there was so much going on.
Well, Phaedra and I came on together. So although Phaedra and I have never been close on the show, I always kind of feel like we have that, like we came into this together thing. So I always feel like a little love for her because we started this journey together. So, hey, whatever's good for the show.
Oh, you're so nice.
I'm so good, right? You ain't gonna catch me out there.
Okay, so you used to date Russell Simmons. He's been in the news. He's gone now. I think he lives in Bali.
Go ahead. What's gonna be the question?
How's Russell?
You know what? I did used to date Russell Simmons years ago. We dated for about 6 months. We have been friends for 100 years. After that, tons of friends in common. Saw Russell recently at Kim Porter's funeral, actually, and saw a lot of people at that funeral. That was a really sad time for everyone, but I don't want to get into all that because I get emotional about it. But yes, I saw him there, and he seemed well, and yeah, I'll leave it right there.
So not to go too much into Kim Porter, because for me, I knew her personally as well. I mean, probably you all probably go way back because you've known her for probably.
I know. I go back to like modeling days.
Modeling days.
Stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was so sudden. Did it shake you as much as it shook me? Not just her, the person, but just like how sudden. Because I don't deal with well with death anyway, but especially being 41, 47, I'm like, how does this happen?
Right. I'm still processing that Kim's out here, honestly. I really, really am. And again, I know you guys are like, oh, okay, here you go back to the age thing. I feel like that was such a huge wake-up call.
For everybody.
I feel like, listen, make sure you are good. If I even get a cold, I'm almost going to the doctor. Like, hey, am I okay? Am I good? Because I feel like when you're busy and you're like running all the time, you know, you can be sick and not even know you're sick.
Right.
You know, especially traveling. Like, my passion is traveling. I love traveling the world. You may get a bug or something, or you just don't know. You got to make sure you take care of yourself. So, Kim's passing for me was hard. I'm really good friends with her really good close friend Ebony Electra, she went through it really, really bad. She's still dealing with it. I'm going to spend some time with her when I get back to Atlanta. It was tough. It was tough. It was a wake-up call, which is why I say, you know what, you only get one life. Live your life. And, you know, at this point, I try to be positive. I try to just be good. Like, I just want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I knew, you know, I prayed to God that I would meet someone else again. I didn't know I'd find love again. I knew I'd meet somebody that, you know, we can like kick it with, go on vacations with, you know, hang out, have sex, whatever. But I just didn't know I was going to actually find love again, which is such a blessing. So anyway, I said all that to say, I'm living my life. I am happy. I'm in a good place. Like, my haters can't even really, like, I'm so happy. I even like my haters now.
That's a good place to be in.
Bring your hating ass on over here. I'm still going to give you love because you can't really penetrate this because I'm in a great place. Like, I am light, and I'm just going to have to give you light now.
How do you get there, though? Because there's a lot of people that, I mean,
you have to find peace.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
And I've been on that journey for a while. You know what I mean? Like, I've gone through a divorce. I've been alone. I've, like, been afraid of, like, what that would be like, being alone, even going through the divorce. You know, I don't really know what my future is on the show. Everything is kind of year to year on that. But I always just pray to God and have faith that if it's His will, His will will be done. Like, I just have faith and I just try to, like, you know, be a good person and a good friend to folks and be a good mom and just do right. You know, we live in a very kind of crazy world right now. And the only thing I could do, say to everyone, is you better live, honey, because I don't know what's going on right now.
For real.
You better live your life and be happy. And I live every day to the absolute fullest. And I'm good with that. If I die tomorrow, I'm going to die happy and love.
Beautiful.
I have a smart daughter that's doing great. She's figuring out her life. You know, I don't really have a lot of baggage anymore. I don't have anything holding me back. Like I said, I am in a great place. If I go tomorrow, God willing, please let me live for as long as I can. I'm good. That feels good. It feels good to have peace.
When you look back over your life, what would you have told your younger self now?
Looking back over my life, I would have told my younger self that my journey is my journey. And all of the bad things that I went through, all the negative, toxic things that I had to go through those things because I'm so appreciative of everything that I have and the good. Like, I see good a lot quicker now. You know, even, you know, Mike being in my life. Mike's really a nice guy. I don't know if I would have taken that for granted if I didn't go through some not so nice guys. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may have slept on that and been like, oh, yeah, he's whatever. Like, I'm so open to positivity and love because I know what it's like to feel like you're in a dark hole.
Right.
And I ain't trying to get too deep with that, but I'm just going to say that. So I'm much more receptive to good energy and vibes. And I can tell negative energy a mile away. I don't put myself around negative people. I don't want to do it. I can kind of feel it. As soon as I see something, I'm like, energy's wrong. Gotta go. Like, I'm out.
I have a question real quick about that negative energy, because a lot of times in the industry, you cannot pick and choose who you want to be around.
Amen.
And sometimes you're forced to be around negative energy. What advice would you give for people that's have to work with negative energy every day? Because I've been in that situation.
I'm one of those people. So I love my cast, but I'm not saying everybody is always positive.
Right.
There is some negative energy. Praise God. There's been a lot of growth with a lot of the girls on the show. So everybody's like really trying to be happy and find their happy place. So that's a blessing. But it wasn't always that way. And it was very hard to be in those situations, being a beacon of light over here. Okay. So how do I deal with it? Well, I was getting paid to deal with it, first of all. That's going to be number one. Now, if you're getting paid very well to deal with negative energy, then you better just work it out and go home and burn some sage and get your life, child. Pray, whatever you got to do, cleanse yourself, and go on to bed and go back the next day. So, you can do what you have to do. And as long as you're positive, here's the thing with negative people. They don't really want to be around positive people, but they know their people. Haters know where they belong. They belong with the other haters. Light and love, we know our folks.
Yeah.
So actually, outside of having to be around each other, I don't really have to. Like light always beats darkness. At the end of the
So
day,
true.
Yeah, Oprah said
they just can't win.
Yeah,
Right.
Oprah
All
said,
they can do is hate and be dark.
Oprah said it takes a little bit of light to drive out dark and a lot of dark to drive
Come
out
on
light.
now.
It's so
And now
true,
Oprah said
though.
that. Oprah said that, and you know it's true because
Oprah
it
and
is
Cynthia
true.
Bailey.
And I go into any dark situation. I actually pray a lot too. And that's something that Mike and I do together that's made our relationship like even stronger. When I go into a situation that I know is going to be toxic, like a work situation, I'm like, okay, here come the bullshit. Let's go. I actually pray before, and I just get my mind right, and I just say, you know what, God, you have me here in the situation. I know there's something to learn. I know that you believe that I'm going to be okay. So let's go. Let's do this. Let me go and do whatever it is. And I'm going to try to stay positive. Right. I'm going to try to have integrity and class and be grace no matter what situation I'm in. Now, if that don't work out for me, it don't work out. But I'm going in there with that intention every time.
With that mindset.
And that's what else
That's
can
all
I
you
do?
can do.
It's time for another Hollywood hookup, and it's that
right.
time of the year, April. No,
What?
I'm not talking about holidays. I'm talking about all my family across the country, birthdays and everything. So, I got to do it right. And, I'm a little lazy, so I do it with Stamps.com.
I guess that makes both of us.
So Stamps.com automatically calculates and prints the exact amount of postage you need for every letter and package you send out, and you never have to overpay or underpay again.
You hear that? Never,
Ever.
ever.
Stamps.com makes it easy. I'm sending a lot of gifts to my mom, back in Philly, and they send you a free digital scale that automatically calculates every package exactly.
That's amazing.
Lit.
Lit.
So check this. Stamps.com brings all the services of a U.S. Postal Service right at your fingertips. Just like this, you can buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter, any package, any class of mail using your own computer and your own printer.
Never have to go buy stamps again, guys.
Hello? I use Stamps.com because really I hate going out the house and going to the U.S. Postal Service place. I don't even know what to do in there. I'm always lost. I'm always bothering people, asking very simple questions. So that's why I rock with Stamps.com. It's very simple. It's very easy. Everything's at my fingertips, and I don't have to leave the bed.
Yes.
My listeners, if you're watching this right now, get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a free digital scale.
Free. You hear that?
And see for yourself why over 700,000 small businesses use Stamps.com.
And why you should too.
Go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in Unlocked. Stamps.com, enter Unlocked.
So I was on social media not too long ago, and that fight with Kenya and Portia popped up, and you were sitting there
In the middle.
and your face was so. You and Nene were both just so iconic in that moment because it looked like you were just surprised that it was going down. Did you ever think sign up for that show that you would encounter conflict like that, combat?
No, I did not. But I didn't really know. I didn't really watch reality TV before I signed up for the show. I lived in New York, and I was like a real New York girl. I was like, I don't watch TV. I didn't have a TV. Like I was just like, I read books and went to museums, and I did my work, and I traveled. I was like on some different stuff. So I didn't really know what to expect. Obviously, it doesn't come with a manual. It is what it is. I get in there. Reunion. That was that wasn't my first reunion. That was I think it may have been the first one that, I don't know which one it was. Anyway, all I know is I was sitting in the middle. Okay. And did I expect it to happen? No, because it had never happened on this show.
Right.
Do I watch other shows where it happens all the time?
And you guys
Yes,
are dressed
reality
like y'all
shows.
going to the Oscars or something.
Yeah.
You guys look so
Yes, and that was
elegant.
the first time like I had a titty scent moment. Like where my breast was pulled out.
Was it?
Yeah, when Portia got up to do to grab Kenya, she needed something to grab onto, I guess. So she grabbed onto my dress. My breast came out. She got up. That happened, and that was the first time that, certainly not the last, because it's always like popping out for whatever reason. But yeah, that was the beginning of it.
Were you looking at it? were you looking at it like these bitches done lost their mind?
I'm like, why I got to be exposed? It's because y'all get ready to fight. No, it happened so fast. Actually, watching in that moment, I wasn't even sure what happened because it just was like boom, 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 and it was like over.
First, when the bullhorn came out, you were like, "What the fuck is going
No,
on?"
and that was crazy because I didn't even know Kenya had a bullhorn. I was like, hey, I didn't know we could bring props. Like, I could have brought some fun props because nobody ever brought props. pops before. So it was just a lot going on that reunion.
But and then you and Portia have issues. But do you think now her having a baby, because she's so damn. First of all, I just did Dish Nation. She's bigger for the time she's at right now in her pregnancy. But anyway, I'll roll right on. Do you think when she has her baby that it's going to change her?
I do. I think, number one, I think Portia's definitely going to be a great mom. I know she's wanted a baby for a long time, so I'm really happy for her and Dennis. Yeah, I mean, kids change you.
Do they calm you?
Well, I don't know if they calm you, but they definitely, you're going to change now. There's going to be some calm days, and there'll be maybe some days that may not be calm. I would say for me, as a mom, my biggest accomplishment in my life is being Noel's mama, for sure. Hands down. That is my proudest moment. Period. That is the deal breaker for me for any and everything that happens. If there's not a job I won't quit. If it comes to my kids, happiness and safety and well-being. There's not a man I won't break up with. If it comes to my kids' happiness, healthiness, and safety. So yeah, she's my deal breaker. It's like, I mean, this girl was inside of me. Like, she's like an extension of me, and she is me, and I'm her. So
on our last show, we were having a conversation about
I go hard for my baby.
About Sierra Russell Simmons' future and how
Russell Simmons.
Did I say Russell Simmons?
Yes,
Russell Wilson.
Russell
Russell
Can we stop
Wilson.
talking about Russell? Leave
No,
Russell.
sorry. Russell Wilson, Sierra, and Future. And on when you introduce, co-parenting, how you introduce the new person to whatever. And I remember when you and Peter were ending your relationship, how active Noelle was in the process. And I think it was the first time I had really seen a black family go through that experience together in such a peaceful way.
Well, again, light and love over here. I really try to, walk toward my purpose with positivity and love and light. I really honestly do. I will say, being on this show, one of the best things I've ever done on this show, I've done a few things, but I'll say one of the best ones is showing how I co-parent with Noel's dad, Leon, on this show. One of the things that was important to me and to him was that although I was getting married, Noel was getting a bonus dad, but Leon is very much her dad and in the picture. He's not a part of the show, but I really
you guys did
welcome him to come on the show just to show the show, because we live in a world where if they don't see him on the show, they honestly like, well, where's Noel's real dad? Like, they don't think the man exists.
Right.
Yeah.
So he comes on enough to show that he's a part of her life, and that was important to us. And I really love and respect Peter and any man that's going to be with me, because, like, I'm a package deal. Noel and I are a package deal. But it's like Leon and I are a package deal, because Leon is Noel's father. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be in this girl's life. So any man that's going to be in my life is going to have to meet this man.
When do you feel like it's the appropriate time for the new man to meet the father of your child?
It's after we know that we're going to be serious, and it's it's really going to be a relationship, and we're going to be around each other. Absolutely, I think as soon as we know it's going down. Like, for me, when Mike would come visit me in Atlanta, his mom actually lives in Atlanta. So, with that said, he would stay at his mom's house, and he would come visit me. And then it was only when I officially let him meet Noelle and we became serious would he start staying at the house. And that just actually didn't even really happen until she ended up moving out, going to college.
So you kind of kept it separate. You kept him kind of away from...
I did, until I knew we were serious. Because, again, I was dating. There was like, I wouldn't even call them relationships. What do you call them? Situationships I was in. Distractions. Fun distractions, if you will. And, everyone Noelle doesn't need to meet everybody. She just needs to meet the one.
Right.
So when do you guys film the reunion?
We're going to be filming the reunion in March.
Really? Okay, well, listen, you didn't ring the bell one time and we're done.
I know. I can't even believe it.
So
this
now-
was great. Is it over?
It's over.
Oh my God.
You made it.
This was so much fun.
Right,
I love
so-
you guys.
okay, so-
I'll come back all the time now.
Jesus, you know, Cynthia thought she was gonna get away. We'd be hanging out we were in New York having dinner at I don't know what that place was called, whatever.
Oh,
You
I
can't remember.
love that place.
It was a nice place.
You always invite me to the coolest
And
places.
we're talking, and you know, oh yeah, Riot. This is when you come on my show. I throw it in every
Every time.
because I think there's so many images of black women out there, or women in general out there on Instagram specifically, that aren't always the best images. And I think the more you can share, I could share my platform with images of women that I think other women can learn from. I mean, I'm gonna do it.
Right, and I appreciate that, Jason. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate you stalking me nonstop for the past 5 years.
You got a new one now.
Until you got me over here.
And I appreciate you.
That's dope.
I appreciate you inviting me to the gay club last week
Consistency.
too. I had a
You're
good time.
welcome.
She invites me to the club, and all these gay boys are running past me to get to her and jumping over. And I was like, "Look, I'm about to go." But anyway,
We had fun.
thank you for coming on the show.
You're very welcome. Thank you
You're
guys
amazing.
so much.
And we're out.
Thank you so much.
Peace.
God bless everyone.
Peace.
Peace.